In this demonstration, we're going to show how 5-axis material only has been added to GibbsCAM 14. This is actually part of a larger demonstration in which material only has now been added all throughout GibbsCAM in all types of machining functions. So for instance, if I was doing something on a mill turn center and I did some turning, then I subsequently did some roughing with a milling tool, that roughing would only take out the material that the turning had left behind, whereas before those two didn't talk to each other. You had to, as a workaround, create an intermediate facet body and then specify it as your stock between those operations in order to achieve that. Now, that step is no longer necessary. So what we have here is we have 4 operations already made, including a 5-axis one here, which I'll show you here in just a second. Let's go ahead and throw that away because I'm going to come back to this here later on. What we have here in these, if I display the toolpaths, we have pocketing on 3 sides. Okay, 1, 2, 3. If I run the OpSim, we can kind of see what's going on here. So there's one side, the second side, and the third side. This 4th side was not done. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use this tool now, and let's pick a 5-axis process. And in this particular case, what we're going to use is parallel to curves. So what we want to do is pick our edge curve first of all, and then our drive surface. It's a pretty simple example in this case. And what I want to do, first of all, let's disable all the new functionality so I can show you how it used to work. Okay, so you can see that we've done this roughing, and it's coming and it's cutting a lot of air. Okay, it doesn't know that these 3 operations here have already faced those 3 sides. Okay, so what's new? Here on the Options tab, there's a new button called Material Only. Let's go on and redo this now. You can see the difference, right? These concentric circles in the toolpath have been trimmed to allow for what material has already been removed by these 3 pocketing operations. We can actually go a step further on this as well. If I go to the Roughing tab and turn on Stock Definition, I'll go to the Stock Definition Parameters. I can also expand it, so in case I don't want to just pick up where the other one left off, I can say, okay, let's add a 1/2 inch to this in this particular case. Take note of the toolpath as it looks now, and I'll redo it. You can see that it's visibly larger by that 1/2 inch. In the same sort of way, let me zero that out, and let's go the opposite way as the graphics show. Let's shrink it in, I'll say 1/4 inch, and let's redo this. Take note of what it looks like now. You can now see that it is visibly shrunk from the previous state. Okay, so we can expand and contract in addition to doing the material only function itself. So that's 5-axis material only in GibbsCAM 14.